Welcome back, YouTube fam. We are back with a new show called Ready to Love. And we're going to be talking about the casting special. We'll be having episode 1 next week. I'm Blythe once again.
And I'm Brandon. And if you haven't done so already, okay, go ahead and join the B&B family if you're here, okay? Smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content, okay? We're adding a lot of new shows. We're going to be putting out a lot more content, so make sure that you're notified when we are dropping so you can keep up with the latest videos from us, okay? Give us a like so that way YouTube knows that you're enjoying the content. They can push it out to more people. The more people they push it out to, the more conversations we can have. So hop in the comments, okay? Hop in the comments and let us know what you're thinking about these individuals that they've selected for the show, who's gonna make it, who's not gonna last, okay? The reason we're even doing this show is because you guys got in the comments and let us know about this show and recommended that we do it. So we weren't even aware of it, but thanks to you guys, we're gonna be doing it. It looks like a good show, so we're gonna go ahead and get into it.
All right. So, Ready to Love is produced by Will Packard and is hosted by Nephew Tommy. So pretty interesting, pretty cool. This season they're going to be in Houston, Texas. Last season they were in Atlanta or whatever. I'm excited because Houston's one of our favorite cities, so I'm excited.
Damn, where it's about to go down.
Yes. But so it is 10. It's 20 singles altogether. It's 10 males and 10 females. They're bringing together. Now, the difference in this season, though, it's called Last Resort, okay? Ready to Love, Last Resort, because they're all from Houston, Texas, but they're actually putting them in a resort. Normally, they get to be, just within their city, go home, I guess, film for, dates and events, and even at their homes, they film and have dates. But this one's going to be a little different because they're going to be all pulled in the resorts. They're not going to be, going back to their homes and stuff. They're not going to be like in their natural environment, their natural life, their natural home. What do you think about that?
That's going to be interesting because that adds like a whole nother dimension to like the whole dating situation. Like it's one thing to, it's like an alternate reality, you know what I mean? Like even if you get to know somebody and you guys mesh well and things like that within the resort setting, that's cool. But how do you know it's gonna work when you get back to your real life? I know we looked at some of the episodes from the previous seasons, and like you said, they're going on dates, but they're going home or they're going to work or whatever the case may be.
Right.
I just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see pros and cons with it. The pros, like you can be fully focused on, like getting to know someone, I guess, without a lot of outside distractions. A con, though, is just like, are you really being yourself? How are you really in your natural environment? Like, that can be questionable. That's
a big part of a relationship. Like, how you are in a resort setting or in an intensely focused setting is one thing, but like the big part or the major part of a relationship, especially marriage, is the grind of everyday life. How are you, after work? How are you before work? What is your routine? Do our routines kind of, match together? How can we?
Even though your routine is gonna have to change, you're gonna have to adjust to another person. So
yeah,
and that can be rough for some people. Some people they can move easily with that. Some people cannot.
Exactly.
So
there's a lot of factors. There's a lot of nuances that you're not gonna find out about a person in that environment. But it will make for some really good drama.
Yeah.
I will say that.
So we'll see. We'll see how long they go.
Yeah.
So another thing I thought was quite interesting with this show is you have a good bit of singles who have been married. So, you have a good bit of singles who have been married, they're divorced. And then you have a good bit who've never been married. What do you think about that?
It's interesting. It's not like a lot of 20-somethings, who haven't had a lot of life experience, who haven't been married or anything like that.
Which could be a good thing.
Yeah. These are people who are a little bit more seasoned, 30s, some early 40s, and
some 50s.
Was there a 50 in there?
Yeah, it's a cool 50.
Oh yeah, that guy who
yeah.
looks like he's like 38,
Yeah, I think
39.
it was a female too. I mean, they look good. They look good though. I ain't
Hey,
mad at them.
there's some beautiful people, you know what I mean? They
Right.
keep themselves together and everything
Absolutely.
like that. It's definitely a diverse cast. But yeah, they've got some life experience, and a lot of them have been divorced before.
Right.
So
right.
it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. It'll be interesting to see if, you know, the people who have been in a marriage before kind of are drawn to other people who have been in a marriage
Right.
before, or vice versa, or if, you know, the singles are more. I don't know.
Exactly. I wonder. I wonder if that'll even come up. Like, I don't know. Like, I know for sure we do have a male in the 50s. I'm not sure about the females. If they're not in the 50s, the late 40s. But you're right. The season thing. I mean, the divorce thing. I kind of see that two ways. Like, I could see where you could be kind of holding on to the past, and it's like, are you really ready to let go and move forward, not holding on to anything in the past? Again, too, I can see that as a good thing, a great thing. Like, you really know yourself, you know what you want, and you know, you're just not here to be playing any games. So
Yeah, like if I were, you know, in that environment, I would probably be drawn to a person, to be honest, who has been divorced. In this context, and the reason why is because if we're in an environment,
this situation.
So I have the experience that I have in marriage, I guess,
Right.
assuming that, right?
So you're saying being older.
I'm going into it knowing that, okay, what we're going through in this resort, environment is not real life. And I know some of the things that I need to be looking for and asking them about back home in their real life, what their routines are. I know what kind of, and I know that they have enough sense to know as well that, okay, what you're seeing here in the resort is not necessarily.
So you're saying that's not a bad thing, then?
I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
Okay.
In this context.
Yeah, I agree. The married, the never been married, excuse me. I mean, I can see that. That's kind of cool too. I guess kind of that innocence, that open for new love, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great. Again, could be a little up in the clouds too, and not really in reality. So yeah,
that's gonna be interesting to see. I'm definitely interested to see. There's this episode, like, it was just like one person after another. I was just like, how many people is it?
Yeah.
So,
but it wasn't like the Bachelorette type situation. Like,
No.
Yeah, I guess because that's like one person and she's just like slammed with the, right? It's like it's an even number and they're coming in and, hopefully a good little bit of them. I mean, there will be eliminations.
Well, yeah,
I think they're gonna.
They're taking it down to what, three men
They're
and 3 women?
they're gonna take it down.
So, yeah, it's gonna get taken down.
Episodes,
So. It'll be interested to see who gets selected, and then it'll be interested
looking
who.
forward,
Yeah,
but
sure.
a good thing is probably going to teach them a lot though about themselves either way. Another point I thought was interesting is how there are, again, some have children, some don't. Even some of them are young, have older children, some have younger children. I thought that was quite interesting in the cast. I don't know. I mean, the children, that's one thing right there. Having children, not having children. So that's one thing you gotta talk about, right?
Yeah.
They gotta talk about it. Another thing to me, older children, there could be a factor, but it's more so you're more settled, you've handled that, you're good. You know what I mean? You know where you're at, you're kind of good.
Yeah.
Younger children, sometimes I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't know. What's that relationship with the, with the other parent? Where's that at? Is it still fresh? Is it old? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, you hit it on the head right there. Like, an older child, it's not really that big of a deal. They
I mean, it could be a little deal, but I know what you mean.
Not as big as a younger child, where
right.
you have a lot more variables involved. Like you said, their parents, are they in the picture? Are they involved? How do they, feel about that? The child, they're still kind of developing their feelings towards, they have their feelings for the other parent, but then, you come in the picture, like, they're a lot more, they're still developing.
Right.
So,
yeah.
there's just a lot there.
yeah, like when they're older, it's more so, okay, I respect your opinion, but you know, I could do my thing. Now, I've raised you when they're younger. I mean,
they're gonna be your number one priority.
Yeah, you're still kind of battling, like, do I even bring someone around and all that? Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, navigating that is definitely going to be something, and that's interesting that they have a lot of that. A lot of these individuals have children, so it's going to be interesting to how they navigate that and how they, I guess, you know,
deal with that.
Talk about it, ask the questions about it. Hopefully they talk about it and ask the questions about it, because you're unfortunately not really going to be able to interact with them, at least I don't think so.
Ooh, that's true too. Huh.
Yeah. Like you're
not even gonna go through that get to know them type. Yeah.
Right. Mommy's going away to a resort for however long, and then she might just come back with like a whole new man that you've never met before.
Wow. Well, overall, I'm interested. I actually like the concept. I think this is going to be a great show. It's going to be some eliminations, but just as far as the things we've talked about between the couples, you know, married, divorced, their children, no children, the resort environment versus real home life, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. What about you?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be an entertaining show. I can't wait for them to go ahead and, you know, get into it and make the eliminations so we can really get into.
And another point too you brought up, where it's just not the, you know, it's not the average like dating show. Like, thank you. It's not like you said the 20-somethings. Like, these are seasoned. You know what I'm saying? People more mature, know what they want. Like, I like seeing that. I'm excited to see that. What do you think? I mean, I like that.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, it's a perfect show for us. You know, we've been married for coming up on 10 years, so, you know, you have more, and it's more, you know, it's less superficial, like, you know, with the 20-somethings, that's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that, of course. Yeah. But for our channel, we like to talk about, you know, if we can, you know, couples that have a little bit more, you know, seasoning and the issues that married couples go through, real life stuff. Situations, and how to navigate that. So it's definitely going to be a good show for us to break down and dissect. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as well and hop in the comments and dissect it with us. So
absolutely. All right. Well, this is it until next week.
Yep. We'll see y'all next week. Until then, okay. If you're watching and if you come across this channel by YouTube brought you our way, okay, hit that subscribe button. Okay, join the family. Hit the bell so that you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content. Give us a like. All right, and hop in the comments and interact with us.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.